How did ancient humans fall in love? You've probably felt it before. That moment when someone walks into a room and something shifts. You don't know why. You just notice them. Your heart does something weird. Your brain goes quiet for a second, and suddenly you're thinking about someone you just met. We call it falling in love, but here's what nobody tells you. That feeling, it's not modern, it's not romantic, it's not even human in the way we think it is. It's ancient, millions of years old, and the story of how your ancestors fell in love is stranger, more fascinating, and more familiar than anything you've ever read in a history book. Let's go back, way back, before dating apps, before weddings, before Valentine's Day and flowers and love songs, before any of that existed. How did two people living in the wilderness, fighting for survival every single day, actually fall in love? The answer starts with something you probably do every single day without even noticing. You look at people, and ancient humans did the same thing. Scientists who study hunter-gatherer societies have found something fascinating. Even 10,000 years ago, people weren't just randomly pairing up. They were choosing, carefully, watching, noticing. But what they were looking for wasn't romance. It was survival. Here's the thing about ancient love. It didn't start with feelings. It started with observation. Ancient humans spent almost every waking hour together, hunting together, gathering food together, building shelters together, sitting around the same fire every single night. And in that closeness, something happened. People started noticing each other, not in a romantic way at first, in a practical way. Who is strong? Who is kind? Who never runs when things get dangerous? Who always shares their food even when they're hungry? These weren't just personality traits, they were survival signals. And the brain, your brain, the same brain you have right now, was quietly keeping score. But here's where it gets interesting, because ancient humans didn't just watch from a distance, they showed off, just like animals do, and just like we still do today. Anthropologists studying modern hunter-gatherer tribes have documented something remarkable. Young men who were good hunters would make sure the tribe knew about it, not by bragging, but by bringing food back to camp, by being seen, by performing. And it worked. Women in these tribes consistently showed preference for skilled hunters, not because of the meat, but because of what the hunting represented. Competence, reliability, the ability to provide when things got hard. Sound familiar? And it wasn't just the men showing off. Women signaled too, in ways that were just as deliberate, just as calculated, through how they carried themselves, through their social connections, through how they treated others in the group. Because in a small tribe where everyone knows everyone, reputation mattered enormously, and attraction followed reputation. But what about the feeling? The actual falling part? When did ancient humans stop calculating and start feeling? This is where the science gets genuinely beautiful. Researchers have found that the brain chemical responsible for what we call falling in love, dopamine, works the same way in every human brain on Earth, regardless of culture, regardless of century, regardless of whether you live in a modern city or a prehistoric camp. When you spend time with someone, when you see them regularly, when your brain starts to associate that person with safety and warmth and belonging, something shifts. The calculating stops, and the feeling begins. Ancient humans called it nothing. They had no word for it, but they felt it exactly the way you do. That pull toward one specific person, that strange, uncomfortable happiness, that wanting to be near someone for no logical reason at all. And then, just like today, things got complicated, because ancient love wasn't simple. Tribes were small, everyone lived together. There was no privacy, no going on dates, no quiet conversations alone. Everything happened in front of everyone, which meant that love in the ancient world was a very public thing. Anthropologists have found evidence of ancient humans leaving gifts, small carved objects, decorated shells, flowers placed near where someone slept. Not for any practical reason, just because they wanted that person to know they were seen. They were noticed. They mattered. Sound familiar? That's because nothing has changed. The words are different. The technology is different. The world looks completely different, but somewhere in your brain, right now, the same ancient system is running. The same dopamine, the same attraction signals, the same need to be seen by the one person you actually want to see you. You didn't learn how to fall in love. You were born already knowing how. Because 10,000 years ago, someone just like you, sitting by a fire, in the darkness, felt exactly what you felt, and did the only thing they could do. They moved a little closer,